Well, before I tell you what I hope lies ahead, I am going to take you for a walk down the memory lane. I've been here 10 years, so I get to do that. So I joined MCLL when this organization, then called MILR, was celebrating its 20th anniversary. And the place was just bursting with activity. We had movie screenings, art festivals, special lectures. Astrid, do you remember? Nicole, you do? I had the privilege of being introduced to the community and mentored by these wonderful, strong women. Carolyn, who's my angel and who I miss so much, Sandra Frisbee, Pat Steele, and of course, office volunteers. Do you know that so many of them still work at the office? And they have started way before I joined MCLL. So over 10 years and counting, Nola, Astrid, Thea, Helen, Avril, Anne, and Margaret have been with us. There are so many people to mention and so many people to thank. And as Julie said in one of our 30th anniversary committee meetings, this is going to be like the Oscars. Still, it's important. I would really like to start my address by thanking the amazing people who hold and sustain our office on a daily basis. This also includes the ones who have joined in the office in the past years and are just as invested and committed to this community. Sally, Susan, two Marys, Gail, Joyce, Carol, and Sue. So I would really like to ask you to raise your glasses and give a round of applause to the people, to our frontliners, to people who carry this organization day in and day out, and who are most wonderful coworkers and friends, to our office volunteers. Thank you. Of course, it wasn't long before after I joined and fell in love with MCLL that I got to know and work with Fiona Clark. Fiona, whether you were moderating, chairing the IT committee, leading workshops, and organizing symposiums, I was amazed and inspired by the intensity of your investment and care for this community. There are some study groups here, just some of the study groups you did over the years. The Internet Highway to Class presentation, Feeding the World, Transportation, Where Are We Going? Computer Users Forum, Water, the Source of Life, Air, the Breath that Sustains Us. And most of them you did with Liz Paris. To celebrate the 25th anniversary, you chaired the organizing committee and filled up the Leacock Hall and a couple of other auditoriums with conference that brought together the leaders of Quebec seniors programs to talk about the benefits of continued learning, program models for lifelong learning, projects such as intergenerational programs, and use of technology and distance education. Saying thank you to all that you have done and all that you have given us is an understatement. And I promise you we will continue and honor your legacy. People say they come to MCLL because we are intellectually curious, they're committed to lifelong learning, they're looking for a job, but we stay and we keep coming back because we find so much more than that. We become personally and professionally invested because you've just given us so much more than a place to explore intellectual pursuits later in life. MCLL, to me, has become my community, my family, a vibrant, forthcoming, strong-willed family that often challenges me, but also provides me with a safe space I can always return to as a sort of support, strength, and inspiration. You also remind me to be patient, to be humble, and to be grateful, just the way families are supposed to be, right? And there is no other place for me like that. So having worked in the trenches for the past 10 years and having recently assumed a slightly different role at MCLL, I see an exciting challenge ahead of us. I see a clear commitment in all of us to preserve Fiona's legacy, but also a will to explore our potential and to dream about how we can grow and change while always doing our best to be there and support our members. There is a special strength that lies in for and by organizations. Fiona created this place for senior learners, and it is senior learners who run it. It is you who keep it going and who make the important calls. This community is open, accessible, and welcoming. We're also comfortably nested in our McGill premises. We have our high-tech classrooms, our dynamic lounge, our social events. We have friends and people who support us and advise us throughout McGill. On the other hand, there is this sense of vulnerability and fragility that permeates our realities, and we cannot pretend that older adulthood is all that great, even if we're certainly making the most of it. As we stand here and represent certain population, we cannot do that without asking some critical questions, without reflecting on intersectionality of struggles. Who do we represent? Who speaks for us? What do we speak of? It is our responsibility in the context we are in to position ourselves, to acknowledge our vulnerabilities, but also in ways which we are privileged, and to ask ourselves and ask publicly, what are the issues seniors are facing today? And how are those issues amplified at the intersection of race, culture, gender, and social status? It is us who have the duty to speak up, to tell our stories, and make space for others to tell theirs. MCLL is committed to its members, but MCLL also has the capacity to reach out and build bridges with larger community. We have so much to offer, and we have so much to learn. Fiona Clark Bursary is just one step in this direction. So happy 30th anniversary, MCLL. May you continue to bring together people from all walks of life: artists, academics, survivors, lifelong learners, travelers, thinkers, doers, social justice warriors, next-door neighbors, bird watchers, bridge players, veterans. It's been such a joy to serve you, learn from you, grow with you, and share my life with you. Here's to many more years together. Thank you.